Hello again. It may, of course, just be me and my famous xenophobia, but the recent news coming out about the BBC has raised my eyebrows a little and asked myself whether the whole organisation is not largely run these days by people who are not actually British, which, for the supposedly British Broadcasting Corporation, be more than a little odd. The latest resignation is of a member of the BBC's board called Jumi Banerjee, who was born in India. This is said to jeopardise the position of the chair of the BBC, a man called Samir Shah, who was also born in India. A quick look at senior staff and prominent presenters shows us the religion editor, who is a Muslim called Ali Mahfouz. Why one would appoint a Muslim as religious editor in a Christian country is an interesting point. The economics editor is another Muslim called Faisal Islam. Perhaps the most well-known BBC presenter is Nagalakshmi Munseti Chandriya, known for short as Naza Munseti. University Challenge is presented by Amal Rajan, who was also born in India. Can anybody spot a trend here? Then we have Mastermind, which is hosted by Clive Myrie of Jamaican ancestry. No, I don't think one has to be a rabid little Englander to feel a little nostalgic for the days when the BBC was run by people who were born in Britain, where their families had lived for many generations. If I didn't know any better, then I might suspect that having famous and long-running programs like Mastermind and University Challenge being hosted by Indians and Jamaicans was a deliberate tactic designed to accustom us subliminally to the idea that the days of white dominance in this country are well and truly over and that a new age has dawned. One might also perhaps be inclined to think that placing a Muslim in overall charge of religious broadcasting was also intended to signal a step change away from the traditional Christian ethos of the BBC and towards Islam as the country's new major religion. Of course, I might be quite wrong about this, but I cannot help but wonder why an Indian is in overall charge as our national broadcaster and whether we should read anything into that. Is this why so many people have abandoned the BBC, do you think, by cancelling or refusing to pay their licenses?